The year is 1642. Charles I attempted to arrest several parliamentarians who opposed his rule, leading to the outbreak of the English Civil War. This led to the raising of armies by both sides, with Charles raising a royalist army and Parliament raising an army of its own. The First Civil War was fought between 1642 and 1646 and was characterized by a series of sieges, battles, and military campaigns. The Royalist army, led by Charles I and supported by many of the nobles and gentry, was initially successful. However, it was eventually defeated by the Parliamentary army, which was better equipped and better organized. During the First Civil War, both sides sought support from abroad, with Charles seeking help from the Catholic powers of Europe and Parliament seeking help from the Protestant powers of Europe. The war also saw the involvement of several prominent figures, including Oliver Cromwell, who rose to prominence as a military leader on the parliamentary side. The First Civil War was characterized by a number of significant battles and sieges, including the Battle of Edgehill, the Battle of Marston Moor, and the Siege of Oxford. These battles and sieges were fought across England, with both sides suffering significant losses. The First Civil War ended in 1646, when the Royalist army was decisively defeated at the Battle of Naseby. Charles I was captured and held prisoner, and the Parliamentary army emerged as the dominant military and political force in England. The First Civil War marked a significant shift in the balance of power between the monarchy and Parliament, with Parliament establishing itself as the dominant political force in England. The Second Civil War began in July 1648. When a group of Royalists in Wales declared their support for Charles I and declared their opposition to the parliamentary government. The Parliamentary army, which was led by Oliver Cromwell, quickly crushed the rebellion and defeated the Welsh Royalists. In August 1648, a group of Royalists in Scotland known as the Engagers declared their support for Charles I and invaded England. They were met by the Parliamentary army, which was able to defeat them in a series of battles. The Second Civil War was a brief and unsuccessful attempt to restore Charles I to the throne, and it was quickly crushed by the Parliamentary army. It had no lasting impact on the course of the English Civil War, and it did not significantly alter the balance of power between the monarchy and Parliament. The Third Civil War, also known as the War of the Three Kingdoms, was a series of conflicts that occurred between 1649 and 1651 and involved conflicts in England, Scotland, and Ireland. It was characterized by the campaigns of Oliver Cromwell, who was appointed Lord Protector of the Commonwealth of England, Scotland, and Ireland in 1653. The Third Civil War was sparked by a number of factors, including ongoing conflicts between the parliamentary government and the Royalist supporters of Charles I, as well as conflicts between the English and the Irish, and between the English and the Scottish. The English campaigns of the Third Civil War were characterized by the campaigns of Oliver Cromwell. Cromwell's campaigns were successful, and he was able to defeat the Royalist forces and establish the Commonwealth as a dominant military and political power in the British Isles. The Scottish campaigns of the Third Civil War were characterized by the invasion of Scotland by the Parliamentary army, which was seeking to suppress a Royalist uprising in support of Charles II. The Parliamentary army was able to defeat the Royalist forces and establish the Commonwealth as the dominant power in Scotland. The Irish campaigns of the Third Civil War were characterized by the invasion of Ireland by the Parliamentary army, which was seeking to suppress a rebellion against English rule. The English Civil War had a profound impact on English politics and society. It marked a significant shift in the balance of power between the monarchy and Parliament, with Parliament establishing itself as the dominant political force in England. It also led to the execution of Charles I and the abolition of the monarchy, which was not restored until the coronation of Charles II in 1660. The war also had a lasting impact on the social and economic structure of England, with many landowners and merchants losing their property and power as a result of the conflict. The English Civil War is still remembered and studied today as a significant event in English history.